Good morning, tribe. Actually, I guess it's afternoon. So I used to teaching in the morning. My name is Shonda, and I'll be guiding you through your VinYin practice today. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll come down into a nice, comfortable seat. So nice, easy Sukhasana. Sitting up nice and tall. Begin to ground down through the sit bones. Allow the tailbone to lengthen down towards the back. Begin to draw the abdomen and navel up and in towards the spine. Stay nice and lifted through the ribs. Spread the shoulders to the left and the right and allow them to draw down the back. Reach the crown of the head nice and high as the chin gently tucks in and softly close the eyes. Begin to notice your facial features. And begin to tune in to the breath. Not making any judgments with any holdings within the breath or any muscles or tensions within the body. Just being here for now. Nice deep inhalations and exhalations through the nose. So begin Ujjayi breath, ocean's breath. So taking nice deep inhale, expanding the abdomen, front and back, side to side. Allowing the breath to lift up through the low ribs and finally the upper chest. Pausing there for a moment, and then as you exhale, breathing down through the chest, the ribs, and drawing and zipping up the pelvic floor muscles. And drawing Mother Earth energy up and inward. Continue with Ujjayi breath by constricting the back of the throat, expanding the inhalation and exhalation. You should be able to hear the breath that draws in and out of the body with Ujjayi's breath, ocean's breath. Each inhalation connecting with your root system through Mother Earth, allowing earth energy to be drawn up through the inhalation, and then as you exhale, pausing at the top, filling that energy, filling the entire body. And as you exhale, returning perhaps what no longer serves you, or returning some energy back to Mother Earth, restoring and renewing her energy. Renewable resources, inhalations and exhalations. Continue to deepen the breath with each inhalation and each exhalation becoming a little more complete. Pausing at the bottom of your next exhalation, really drawing the abdomen up and inward, contracting the pelvic floor muscles. Release to normal breathing. Soften the muscles, release any tension, tightness. Let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth and let it out. Let's draw the hands together, meeting at heart center. We'll open today's class with one resonant sound of Om. So taking a nice deep inhalation and exhalation to prepare. On your next inhalation, preparing for Om. Resting the sound behind the vibration behind the sound of silence. Taking a moment to bow the head to the heart, lift the heart up to the heavens. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice today. Repeating your intention 3 times softly to yourself. On your next inhalation, drawing your head back to neutral center. Release the arms down by the sides. Let's make our way onto our hands and knees. We'll start today's class in a gentle cat-cow movement. So just making sure the knees are directly below the hips. Fingertips are spread nice and wide, wrists directly below the shoulders. All body engagement here. So pressing firmly into the mat with the tops of the feet and the shins, pressing away from the mat with the hands, engaging the biceps and triceps here. Keeping the abdomen nice and strong. Let's take a nice deep inhale. Begin to move with the breath. Inhaling, lifting the tailbone, allowing the abdomen to draw down towards the mat without releasing the belly. Lift the chin and the gaze. Exhale, tuck the chin down. Draw the belly button up towards the spine. Allow the tailbone to reach down towards the mat. Moving with your own breath, each inhalation finding cow. Each exhalation finding cat. Stay nice and strong in your alignment here, finding the integrity of the pose. Maybe gripping the mat with the hands as if you're really drawing the mat up with the fingertips, drawing that earth energy up and into the hands. Got a few more rounds here. Feel free to take any organic movement. It feels good for your body, your practice. Coming back to center, taking this time to draw the big toes together, spread the knees out nice and wide. Sit the hips back to the heels, finding your child's pose. Keeping the fingertips nice and long and spread out onto the mat, keeping the shoulders plugged into the shoulder sockets. Perhaps allowing the head to meet the mat. Let's take a few breaths in and out. Staying a bit active with our practice. So you still have engagement in the hands and the arms, the back muscles. You're reaching that tailbone or the sits bones down towards the heels. Good. Inhaling, looking up at the top of the mat. Begin to shift yourself forward, coming back through tabletop. Find your alignment, making sure that the hands are planted in nice and firmly into the mat. Let's tuck those toes. Begin to sit the hips back to the heels. Press away from the mat with the hands. Begin to take a moment to feel into your down dog hands and arms. So firmly gripping the mat, feeling the knuckles, pads of the fingers pressing firmly in, keeping the shoulders tucked in. Begin to lift the hips nice and high. Find your downward facing dog. So let's take a few moments to inhale and exhale, bending into the right knee, the left knee. Stay nice and strong, lifted up and out of the wrists. Perhaps as you inhale, you lift the heels up off the mat, coming onto the tippy toes, shift the tailbone nice and high. Allow the exhale to draw the heels down towards the mat. Inhale, lifting up onto the toes, maybe shifting forward a bit. Exhale, allow the heels to soften down, maybe taking a slight bend in the knees even. Continue pressing the mat away from you, keeping the arms engaged. Lift that tailbone nice and high. Feel the stretch and the length and the width coming across the low back. Good. Inhale, coming up onto the toes, perhaps shifting it forward a bit. Exhale, softening the heels down towards the mat. Nice bend in the knees, nice lift in the hips and tailbone. Good. One more time. Inhale, lifting up onto the toes, shift it forward just a bit. Stay strong within the arms. Exhale, soften the heels down towards the floor. Lift the tailbone, slight bend in the knees. And just take a moment to find some stillness here. Nice, deep, you dry, you breath, ocean's breathing here. Two more deep yogic breaths. Be sure to keep pressing away from the mat. Arms are active and engaged. Shoulders are spread wide down the back. Low ribs are lifted. Core is drawing up and inward. Tailbone is lifting up. Good. Looking forward to the tops of the mat. Come up onto the tippy toes. Walk yourself forward. Find your forward fold here. Take a moment to again bend into the left and to the right knee. Continue to use your breath. Keep the core hugging in nice and tight so we're not overextending the low back. And finding some stillness. Let's take a moment to grab a hold of the elbows, reach the tailbone nice and tall. Allow the head to hang heavy. Begin to inhale and exhale. Perhaps you sway side to side. Coming back to center, releasing the arms down and away. Let's take a moment to shake the head yes. Shake the head no. What are you saying yes to that is creating a no to yourself, your family, other priorities or obligations? Check in with yourself. Shift the weight forward gently towards the tops of the feet or the toes. Allow the heels to lengthen down towards the mat. Take a moment to inhale, lifting up halfway. Shoulders draw down the back, crown of the head pointing forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Reach towards the sky, hands meet in prayer position. In full engagement through the legs, the feet. And exhale, draw the hands down through center midline, meeting at heart center. Take a moment to rock back and forth onto the heels and the toes. And let's take some time to flow here. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, spread them nice and wide. Hinge at the hips. Draw the belly in, forward fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, folding forward. Stepping the right foot back. Find your runner's lunge here. Releasing the palms of the hands to the mat. Step that left foot back to meet the right. Finding your top of a push-up. For this first round, you can release the knees. Shift forward with the chest and the chin. Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale up for Cobra. Exhale, sit the hips back to the heels. Find your child's pose. Inhale, coming up through tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes. Bring the hips back and up. Finding your downward facing dog. Inhale, looking up the top of the mat. Draw that right leg up nice and high if you'd like for three-legged dog. Draw the knee in and exhale, step the right foot forward. Finding your runner's lunge. Take a nice deep inhale, step that left foot forward. Come on up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, draw the core in, lift the hands nice and high, coming into prayer position, and exhale, down through center midline. Finding prayer position. Inhale, sweep the arms up and around above the head. Perhaps a slight back bend here as you press firmly into the feet. Engage the quadriceps. Shift the hip bones forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, folding it forward. Release the fingertips to the mat, step the left foot back. Find your runner's lunge. Take a ton of time to just kind of move and wiggle into that left foot. Release the palms of the hands down to the mat. Step the right foot back. Again, for this first round of our classical sun salute, you can release the knees down to the mat. Ashtanga Namaskara as we move down, chest and chin. Keep the elbows hugging into the ribs. Inhale, coming up for Cobra. Exhale, release the forehead down to the mat. Take a nice deep inhale here. Keep the shoulders drawing together. Exhale, use the strength of the core and the arms to sit the hips back to the heels, child's pose. Inhale, making our way into tabletop. Exhale, tucking those toes. Shift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Savasana. My tongue tied right there. Let's take 5 breaths in and out here. Good, looking up at the top of the mat. Lift that left leg nice and high, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw that knee way up high into the chest and step the left foot forward. Find your runner's lunge. Dig that right foot into the mat. Make sure we have a 90-degree angle in the left foot, left ankle and knee. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, arms sweep up and above the head. Find prayer position with the hands. Inhale, lengthen, and then as you exhale, slight back bend, press into the mat. The feet shift the hip bones forward. Good, exhale, come back to center, release the hands down through center midline. Finding your Trigonometric or Samasthiti, they may call it as well. Let's inhale, lift the arms up and above the head. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, folding it forward. Step back with the right foot. Find your runner's lunge. Shifting it forward and backwards, perhaps just a bit. Release the palms of the hands to the mat. Step that left foot back. Top of a push-up plank position. Now chaturanga dandasana as your practice, or in your practice, shift forward with the weight. Keep the elbows hugging nice and tight into the ribs. Lower yourself down. Inhale for cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Three breaths, nice. In and out here. Lift that right leg nice and tall. Find your three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot forward to the top of the mat. Release that left heel down to the mat. Finding a nice 90-degree angle. With inhale, cartwheel it up. Find your warrior two. So adjusting your stance as you wish. Nice and deep. Bend into this right knee. Perhaps you flip the palms up. Allow the shoulders to shift down the back. Return the palms facing down. Keep engagement in both legs. Find your strength and stability here. Gaze is out over the fingertips. Good, let's flip the right palm, reach it forward. Exhale, draw the left hand down the back. Reach back with the fingertips up, lift up and out of the ribs. Stay nice and strong. Make sure that right knee hasn't fallen inward. Good, inhale back to center. Exhale, release the forearm to the mat. Draw that left arm, sweeping that left arm nice and long. Allowing the bicep to come in line with the ear, reach through the fingertips. Side angle, inhale, come back up to warrior two. Release the hands to the hips, perhaps straighten gently into that right knee. Shift that left foot with a little closer stance if you need to. Keep the hips nice and open along the front edge of the mat. As you inhale, take a nice strong stance in the base. Inhale, reach it forward. Reach. Exhale, rotating, coming into Trigonometric triangle pose. Keep the right quadricep engaged. Drawing the hips inward and together. Stay nice and open with your Trikonasana. So if you need to readjust, perhaps you draw the left hand down, sweep it up alongside the body, open up chest and heart are nice and open here. Good, let's release the left hand down to the mat. Let's shift it forward just a bit, walking that back foot in and finding your pyramid pose. Reach with the chest and the chin. Keep nice and strong with that back leg. Core is drawing up and in, nice and tight. Good. From here, begin to draw that left foot back up towards the top of the mat, bringing it a little closer together. Begin to lift into that left leg. Stay nice and strong and firm into your right foot. Press into the mat. Allow yourself to find some balance here as we come into half moon. So placing your fingertips or hands on a block, lift that left leg nice and high. Flex into the toes. Perhaps you can bring that left hand to the hip. As you feel ready, begin to open it up to half moon pose. Okay, if you fall out a little bit. Ooh, see? You all fall out. Come back to the breath. Good, release that left foot down to the mat, coming back into your runner's lunge here. Let's begin to walk the hands over to the center, finding a nice wide-legged forward fold. Let's inhale, lift up halfway, straighten the back. Exhale, forward fold. A few breaths in and out here. Really lengthen through the backs of those legs. Press into the feet. Be nice and strong. Lift the tailbone nice and high. Good, coming up onto the fingertips. Let's walk our way towards the back of the mat, finding runner's lunge here on the opposite side. Perhaps shifting forward and back, just feeling into it, finding your nice foundation. Release that right heel down to the mat. Find a nice 90-degree angle here. Inhale, coming up to warrior two. Make sure that that left knee is tracking towards the outer edge of the heel or the foot. Stay nice and strong here. Again, perhaps you draw the palms up and release the shoulders down the back. Nice and strong warrior here. Keep engagement in that right and left quadricep. Keep reaching the tailbone down towards the mat. Keep the hips squared and even in the center. Good. Let's inhale, flip that left palm, reach it nice and forward. Exhale, draw the right hand down the back of the right leg. Make sure that that left knee is not tracked inward. Keep it open. Reverse warrior. Good. Coming back to warrior two. Release the left arm to the left thigh. Sweep the right arm around. Reach through the fingertips. Press in to the mat with the outer edge of the right foot. Keeping engagement in the legs. Stay nice and strong. Good, releasing the hands down to the mat. Start to lift that right heel up and gently begin to straighten into the left knee, adjusting your stance here. Keeping your hips open to the long edge of the mat. Again, perhaps you want to start to begin to find your foundation. So bringing that right hand to the inside of the right foot. Take a nice deep inhale, begin to lengthen that arm, opening up the chest and the heart. Keep pressing nice and strong into that left foot. So if you notice, you might be hunching forward. We want to stay nice and long and open here. So again, you could adjust your stance. And we want to be hunching forward. We want to be open. Good, releasing the right hand down to the hip. Start to shift your weight forward. Begin to step that right foot up a little further. Let's inhale, lengthen through the low back, draw the core in. Exhale, forward fold, over here, pyramid pose. Keep reaching with the chest and the chin, getting nice and low. Good, drawing the left fingertips to the mat. Begin to walk the right foot up, opening up, coming into half moon. Ooh, I got a big cramp in my toe right there. Staying nice and strong, finding your half moon pose. Keeping the right foot flexed, staying nice and strong in that left leg. Perhaps you can open it up. And releasing it down, bringing the right foot back down to the mat. Finding your runner's lunge. Good, coming up onto the tiptoes and walking it back to center, wide-legged, forward fold. A nice deep inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold once again. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, folding forward. One more time. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold it forward. Good, walking your way all the way to the top of the mat, coming into runner's lunge. So nice. So release that left heel down to the mat. A 45-degree angle here. Stay nice and strong in that right leg. Inhale, lift the chest and torso, coming up into warrior one. Allow the shoulders to draw down and away from the ears. Hips are squared off towards the top of the mat here. Good, let's fold forward over that front foot, lift the heel. Good, release the palms of the hands to the mat, step that right foot back. Find your vinyasa here, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, cobra, or down, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Find your breath here. Good, lifting that left leg nice and high. Step the left foot forward. Coming into your runner's lunge, release that right heel down to the mat, 45-degree angle. Inhale, coming up for warrior one. Stay nice and strong in your base. Keeping the hips squared off to the top of the mat. Go ahead, release the hands down to the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Finding your vinyasa. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Five breaths here. Good, looking up at the top of the mat. Hop, step, or jump the feet forward. Take a nice deep inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Begin to press firmly into the feet with pushing the mat away from you. Allow the palms of the hands to come to the outside of the ankles. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, begin to shift the hips down towards the mat. Take an inhale, look up. Finding Sukhasana, chair pose. Reach the tailbone down. Draw the core up and in. Trying to correct that overarch in the low back. Keep the legs hugging inward and together. Reach through the fingertips. Good. As you take a nice deep inhale, lengthen. Exhale, begin to straighten into the knees. Palms of the hands come down to heart center. Find your Panamasana, Samasthiti. Good. Inhale, lift the arms up and above our head. Exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale, come on, puff lift. Exhale, forward fold, stepping both feet back. Taking one last vinyasa. Kneeling in down dog for 5 breaths. Good. Looking up towards the top of the mat, release the knees down. Allow the knees to come out wide, big toes to come together. Sit the hips back to the heels, child's pose. Start to settle down, settle in to the child's pose. Begin to soften the muscles of the body. Tuning in to the natural rhythm of the breath. Feel free to take audible exhales. Continue to breathe, allowing the body to shift to its own natural pace. Without forcing, making any effort, just breathing. And your next inhalation, take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Fill every space, nook, and cranny of the body with the inhalation. Exhale, open the mouth. Let it all go. Good. Taking the hands, walking them back to the body. Bring the knees together. We'll gently make our way down into reclined hero, also known as saddleback in yin. So know that this can be a pretty intense stretch. So you can be anywhere that feels good for you. So that could be here, lifted with the hands reaching down. Allow the knees to soften down towards the mat. If they lift up off a little bit, that's okay. Okay, if this is a lot of pressure on the knees, perhaps you only do half saddle. So maybe bringing over one foot forward and then stretching nice and long into that left or right, I guess, depending on what foot you chose. And you can keep the knee bent. If you take one side or the other, just remember as we move through the practice to switch out the legs. And perhaps as your body softens down with each breath, making a little more space, perhaps you could come down onto the forearms. Feeling that nice opening in the front of the hip flexors. And then if you have the space and you want to come all the way down onto the back, you may do so. I'm going to go ahead and move all the way down, but I'm going to extend and lengthen through my left leg, making this come into a half saddle then. Slowly making my way all the way down to the mat. It's common to feel a little bit of tension or sensation. If you have any sharp shooting pains, honoring the body always. If you need to come out of the posture at any time, just be sure to move slowly and mindfully. If you're on one side or the other, perhaps you want to switch sides. So again, maybe making your way down to half saddle. If you're in full saddle, continue to breathe. Softening with each breath. Nice and slow, nice and relaxed. Breathing into any sensations, as long as they are not causing any sharp shooting pain. See if you have any holding within the shoulders or the throat. Soften the forehead. Allow the breath to relax the body. Let go of any doing. Good. If you're in saddle, fully begin to tuck the elbows underneath the back. Use the strength of the hands, coming up nice and slow. And release the feet nice and long out on the mat. Just nice and slow and gentle. Perhaps you wiggle into the legs just a bit, shaking the feet and the legs. And here's like a nice little massage here, sweeping away any negative energy. Good. From here, you can draw your legs out nice and long, sit up nice and tall. Perhaps moving any extra cushion you might be feeling underneath the sit bones. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthen through the head, and then as you exhale, you can soften the toes and the feet. And then exhale, just allow the torso to shift forward, but nice and slow and relaxed. Each inhalation filling up the abdomen. Each exhalation allowing the body to relax a bit deeper. Rounding into the shoulders and the upper back. Let the neck hang nice and heavy, head hang heavy. To find stillness, staying in tune with the breath. Keeping your attention inward on the body, how it's feeling. Letting go of the ego, any thoughts of where you need to be or where the body should be. And just settling into where you're at right now. Good. Placing the hands on the mat. Let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it all go. Notice that your body made any subtle shifts, even the tiniest micro movement, getting into the joints and the fascia tissue. Placing the hands on the ground, engaging the belly, and gently, just as slowly as you went in, coming out of caterpillar, sitting up nice and tall. We have a couple more minutes. Let's bring the legs out to a nice seat position. And actually, I think, yeah, this feels good. So sitting up nice and tall. Again, you can relax the toes and the feet. Perhaps maybe a subtle bend into the knees. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, start to walk the hands forward. Perhaps you shift side to side. Just finding what feels a little bit good here. And then exhale. Allow the shoulders to round, the head to hang heavy. Perhaps you have a block that you place underneath the forehead if you wish. I like to just allow gravity to do the work for me here. Again, letting go of any ego or the mind's idea of where your posture is supposed to be, or what it's supposed to look like. Use the pose to get into your body. Notice the sensations and the feelings within the body. Use the breath to create spaces around edginess, tension, soreness, tightness. Allow gravity to help you and assist you. Allow yourself to be supported. Few more breaths. And taking a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it all go. Good. Placing the palms of the hands onto the mat. Begin to ever so slowly and gently walk yourself up to seated. Allow the shoulders to drop down the back. And use the strength of the hands to draw the knees inward. Let's make our way down onto your back. And take this time to draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a great big hug. Feel the tailbone reaching down. Allow the small of the back to receive a gentle massage. So you're almost pushing the spine into the mat. As you draw the knees, hug them in close. Good. Release the feet down to the mat. Let's take a moment to draw the right ankle on top of the left knee or the left thigh. Take a moment to just be here, feeling into the left leg, the right leg. Feel what that feels like for your body. See if you begin to tighten into the shoulders, the neck. Notice if you started to tense in the forehead or between the brow. Allow that to soften. Then if you feel like you have the additional space and you might like to move a little deeper, draw that left knee. Begin to lift the left foot off the floor. Draw the left knee in towards you. Draw the hands behind the left leg. And gently use the right elbow to guide the right knee away as you continue to draw that left knee in further towards the body. You continue to press the small of the back into the mat. Allow the tailbone to keep reaching down. Keep drawing that left leg energetically towards you as you guide the right knee away. Releasing the back of the left leg. Release that left foot down to the mat. Cross that right leg all the way over the left. So it's as if you're crossing the knees. Take a moment to draw the hands out nice and wide, T position. Press into the mat with that left foot. Begin to lift the pelvis and the glutes off the mat. Shift the hips over to the right just a bit. Maybe an inch or two. And then allow the knees to fall over to the left. So a little bit of a twisted root. Perhaps your gaze looks out over your right shoulder, your right fingertips. Go of holding in the legs or the glutes. Now is your time to let it all go. Each exhalation, allowing the body to soften a little deeper. Sink deeper down. Good. Begin to gently open the eyes. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth, sigh it all out. Good. Inhale, draw the knees back to center. Shift the hips back to center. Uncross the right leg from the left. Recentering the hips and the thighs. Cross that left ankle over the right. Taking a moment to pause here. See how the body's feeling. Notice if any tension has returned. If you'd like to move a little deeper, begin to draw that right foot off the floor, the right knee and thigh towards you. Interlace the fingers behind the right thigh. And allow that left elbow to just gently guide the left knee away without forcing it. And breathe. As you keep drawing that right leg in towards the body, continue to gently guide the left knee away from you. Without forcing it, just guiding it. Good. Releasing the hands from the back of the leg. Release the right foot down to the mat. Cross that left knee over the right completely. Draw the hands out to a T position. Press into the right foot. Lift the glutes and the hips and shift the hips over to the right just a bit. Allow the legs and the knees to fall over to the right side. Nice twisted root pose here. Go the holding, the clenching. And take a nice deep inhalation through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth, let it all go. Inhale, begin to draw the knees up off the floor. I'm crossing the left knee from the right. Shift the hips back to center. Draw the legs out, long heels to the outer corner edges of the mat. You can either make your way into Shavasana corpse pose, or maybe perhaps you try something different and coming into starfish pose. So the hands come up above the head and out towards the side. So we're making the starfish movement. Perhaps you release the head to the left and to the right, finding a nice comfortable position with the back of the neck and the head. Begin to soften the breath. Allow the back body to sink deep into the mat. Feeling the front body getting lighter and lighter. Feel supported. If you're a starfish floating down the stream. No worries or effort. Just moving with the flow. Surrendering to it all, the flow of life, flow of the water. Feel free to remain here in Shavasana for up to 11 minutes, as long as you're able. I want to thank you for joining me in your VinYin practice for today. It's been my pleasure and honor to be your guide. Hope to see you next time. Namaste.